My name is Alejandro Cruz, and I am originally from Guadalajara, Mexico.
Howdy, I am Yasmin. I'm originally from Cairo, Egypt.
Hi, my name's Rick Nelson. I'm from a rural city in Western Australia near Perth.
Is there anything in the American culture that would be offensive in your culture?
Yeah, the one thing that I can think about is that people usually here in the United States refer to others, elderly by their first names. Usually, I mean, not always the case, but in Mexico, I feel like you always have to address older people or people that you don't know as Mister, or, somebody that, call them something other than their first name.
Drinking isn't as public and open over there. A lot of people will judge you for drinking. It is legal, like 21 is the same age you can drink, and they will have alcohol available in certain pubs, but they're a lot more underground and under the radar.
Australia is a very liberal society, so I think how conservative America is, especially Texas is, would be offensive to some Australian people. But Australians by nature are usually pretty hard to offend.
How is personal distance different in America opposed to your culture?
The biggest thing that I can think about is that people in Mexico, whenever you meet somebody else, you kiss them on the cheek. Here in the United States, you either hug them or give them a handshake. And it's not uncommon in Mexico for you to kiss somebody on the cheek or just put their cheeks aside to each other without even knowing them.
Here, me and my guy friends will just hug, and it's completely fine. It's not considered anything. But over there, it's more if you're in a relationship, then you can hug. If not, it's just a proper handshake, like a formal handshake.
Personal distance, I haven't really noticed much of a difference, but as I said before, on the conservative level of America, that especially the males are really anti-gay. They don't like seeming gay, whereas Australia, they don't really care about it. So I guess the guys stand closer, but the girls are pretty similar.
How does gender interaction or interaction in general differ?
I feel like nowadays Mexico's caught up with the world, especially with the U.S., in the sense that that women are, pretty much can do everything that men can do, and that was not always the case before. And but I do feel like there's more women that prefer to attend to their households rather than do the traditional men's job.
So millennials right now in there, like over in Egypt, are a lot like my friends here in the South. We're definitely more approachable and friendly with each other. But then my parents' generations, for example, are a lot more conservative. Like I can see whenever we go out that the men kind of just hang out and stick to the men, and the women will hang out and like talk with the women. And then they don't really interact as much as we would as a younger group.
I was actually surprised coming here how different the gender roles are. Australia is very forward in the sense that women and men are a lot more equal in their gender roles and their rights in a sense than here in America.
Are there any phrases or gestures used in America that could be offensive or have a different meaning in your culture?
Yeah, I found here in the United States that whenever you talk to people, you have to look them in the eye to make a point, and in Mexico might not always be the case.
Okay, so there's nothing really offensive about American culture. A lot of Egyptians use the same exact stuff that we would. It's super westernized.
As I said before, Australians are usually pretty hard to offend, so it's really the other way around. Like our swear words and stuff, like a swear word is a friend. You swear at a friend saying hello, so I guess it's the other way. There's not really anything American that offends Australians.